friends. I've had a very productive 24 hours. I've been very busy, mostly doing things in my kitchen. I have prepared 5 pounds of ground beef for 5 different future meals. I made a couple of pounds of taco meat and put that in the freezer. And then I made several bags of the just regular ground beef that you could use for chili or spaghetti. And I put onion in there and garlic powder in there. And then I sealed that up with my vacuum sealer and put that in my freezer. I made homemade bread last night. I'm trying to build up some bread in my freezer. I normally buy a lot of bread. That's the bulk of what we have been using, but I'm making an effort now to make my own. I have made our own bread in the past for years and years. When my children were small, I made it every single day, and then I sort of got out of the habit of doing that, and just only made it maybe once or twice a month. But I really like the fact that there are so few preservatives in it, and I love the texture of it, and I love the process of just knowing that I've made it myself, and knowing that I can freeze it and it comes out perfectly in a beautiful loaf, and you can have it there when you need it, and you're not always needing to run to the store if you have run out of bread. And so I've been working on that. Yesterday, I did something a little different. I incorporated more whole wheat flour and less white flour in my recipe, and it turned out fantastic. It didn't rise quite as high as the regular white loaf will rise, but it still was a really pretty loaf of bread and tasted wonderful. And so I'm going to be working on making some more bread in the next couple of days for my freezer. And I thought for dinner tonight I would make a good old southern chicken casserole. And the recipe that I have found that lines up with the one that I have always used for years and years, and my mom has used, came from our church cookbook. Now, a few years ago, some of the ladies in our church decided, I think it was a mission circle or something, they decided that they were going to put together a cookbook, and I asked everyone in our church to contribute recipes. And that cookbook is such a treasure to my heart. Some people that have contributed recipes have gone on to be with the Lord now, and they were wonderful cooks, and we still have those recipes that we can treasure. And whenever I see their names in this book, it makes me smile and think about them, and know that one day it's going to be such joy to see them again when we all get to heaven. But this chicken casserole recipe is just one of the many that was in our church cookbook. I guess there were probably 25 recipes for chicken casserole, and most of them were different in some way. Some had carrots, some had mushrooms. Mine that I normally make does not have any of those things. So I thought I would bring you along with me and let me show you how I make my chicken casserole, and maybe you would like to give it a try sometime. So I'm going to get started on my stove with boiling some chicken breasts. So come along. To answer the question, if I did or did not purchase the reduced price soup pot that I've been wanting at Aldi yesterday, the answer is yes, I did. And I'm so glad that I did, because this is a wonderful pot. And here is the little brochure that came with it. It is a cast aluminum Dutch oven, and this is what it looks like when you remove the little silicone handles off of it. So you can certainly do that. And this is what I'm going to be using. Even though it's probably a little big for boiling my chicken breast, I'm going to be using it because I want to use this pot right away. And I didn't get in there last night to get it washed out and use it when I was making some of my make-ahead recipes. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these chicken breasts right here. I have a few left in here, and that is what I'm going to use. I'm trying to use it up. And I got to get this bag open and put that in the pot, and I'll be right back with you. All right, there are my 4 boneless chicken breasts that are down in the water. That was all that was left in that frozen package that I showed you. I'm turning this on about 5 or 6 on my dial that goes up to 10, and I'm going to allow this to boil until the chicken is done, and then I'm going to retain some of this broth, so don't dump that out when the chicken is finished. You can use either boneless chicken breast, or you can use the chicken with the bones in. That is perfectly fine, because chicken with bones makes wonderful broth, so it's perfectly fine. Whatever you have on hand, use that, and we will be back shortly when the chicken is finished.
Okay, one of the things I forgot to tell you that I did, and you're probably going to notice, is that I peppered the chicken as it started boiling. I did not add any salt, however, because this recipe has some soup, some canned soup in it, and that is going to have a good bit of sodium in it. And I just try to, as much as I can, I try to be mindful of the salt that I'm using. High blood pressure runs in my family, and I'm just being a little conscious of that. So if you're the same way, then you don't have to add salt, but if you want to, you can. Now here I am showing you the loaf of bread that I was talking about that I made last night. This is the one that is primarily wheat, and it is so good and soft. Here, my husband, I'm saving him this little piece because he loves the end, but it is so good. I'm gonna try to get it where I can show you what the loaf looks like. It is just a beautiful loaf of bread, and it tastes so good. Got some softened butter right here to put on there, and I think I'm gonna have a slice of this for lunch. If you would like to know how to make this wheat loaf at your home, then leave me a message in the comments below, and maybe I can do a video about that soon. So I thought I would give you a peek of my lunch today. I got up extra early this morning and ate some oatmeal with some fresh blueberries in it. And then my husband and I took off to the Y, and we worked out really hard for about 40 minutes. And then we came home and showered up for the day. And I have not eaten since then, and it's about 12:40. So now is the time, and I'm having a fresh salad, some tuna, and a piece of my bread with a little butter, and then some lightly sweetened tea, and it looks very yummy. And I'm just now waiting for my chicken breast to finish boiling, and so I'm going to have lunch while I do that. Okay friends, here are my 4 chicken breasts that I've just removed from the water. I'm going to cut these up into small bite-sized pieces. I'm going to remove, any of the fat or anything that's on them, and toss that part. And then I will take the bite-sized pieces of chicken, and I will spread them here in my 9x13 dish. And I will be right back with you when I get that portion done. Okay friends, so here is my chicken lined along the bottom of my 9x13 inch dish. If you have a dish that's slightly smaller, it looks like that would probably work as well. Then I have taken 1 cream of chicken can of soup, as you can see here, and I have put it inside of this bowl. And I'm going to take some of my broth, and I'm going to put it about 3/4 full into this can and stir that up really good, and then pour that in and mix all of that together in this dish. So let me go put some broth in this can. All right, so here we go. I've taken, you can see how full up that I did the broth, and I actually just got that mixed up really good with any leftovers from the can, and I'm going to pour that into the soup here. Then I'm going to mix all of this together and get it blended very well. Try to get out some of the larger lumps that might be in there. You don't have to be too specific, but just try to get it, blended up pretty good in there. Okay, that looks like a good mixture. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to pour it over the chicken. Okay. I'm going to try to cover it as best as I can on all the sides. And then you can kind of just, take your fork and move the chicken along in there so that all of it has some of this gravy on it. And then next, we are going to get ready to prepare the topping. Next, you want to take your Pepperidge Farm herb seasoned classic stuffing, or you can use any variety. As long as it says herb seasoned on it, you are good. And for some reason, I don't think my camera is very clear in here. Maybe it's from the, condensation from cooking. But anyway, it's your Pepperidge Farm stuffing, herb seasoned stuffing. You're going to take 3 cups of this, and I've got that here in this bowl. And then you're going to take half a cup of butter that has been softened, and you're going to add that into the mixture. And you're going to take half a cup of the chicken broth and also add it into the stuffing. And then you're going to mix all that together. And this is going to be, oops, sorry, got my finger in the way. This is going to be the topping that goes on our chicken. And so you don't want it to be too damp because you don't want it to clump up so much. You want it to just be loosely buttered. And it looks like this is the perfect amount. So you want to mix all this in together until these crumbs are slightly moistened here and have a good flavor to them with all of that butter and broth in there. And then when this is finished, I'm just going to take this and spread it evenly over the top of my chicken. So here is the finished product. I have evenly distributed the stuffing mixture over the top of the chicken and soup that I had, and it smells wonderful. And this will bake at 350 for 1 hour or 1 hour and 15 minutes until it's nice and bubbly. You'll be able to see it bubbling up, and you'll be able to see the stuffing getting brown on top. And I will probably right now, since it's early in the afternoon, I will put the lid on this. I actually have a lid that seals up on the top of here, and I will stick this in my refrigerator, and then as it gets closer to dinner time, I will pull that out and get the oven prepared. So this is something that you can make ahead. You can make it ahead on a Saturday night so that you can prepare it on Sunday morning before church and have it ready for lunch if you have family. Something you can do the night before or even a couple of days before, and just have it sitting in your refrigerator ready to go. This would freeze very well also if you want to make this up in a disposable type pan and then seal that up and put that in your freezer. This would be something that you could have as it gets in the fall and winter time and it's cooler weather, and it makes the whole house smell like Thanksgiving to me. My husband is really crazy about having cranberry sauce when we have this dish, so I will pull some of that out, and I will probably have a side of green beans with it and maybe something else. I haven't quite decided yet, but at least my main dish is ready to go.
So there you have it, friends, your chicken casserole, the good old Southern style. I hope that that you try it and that you love it. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, for viewing my videos, and just being such an encouragement to me as I get my channel off the ground. I noticed that I have been on YouTube for about 2.5 months, and I'm approaching the 500 mark with my subscribers, and I just can't tell you how thankful I am that you have taken the time to subscribe, watch, and leave comments, because that is a blessing to me, and so I thank you for that. If you have any other ideas about videos that you would like to see, if you will leave it in the comments below, I will try to get those worked into the schedule, because I just love spending time here with you guys. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. God bless you, friends. Bye-bye.